Hey, Scott Jordan here from the Bullen Companies. This is your Thursday, August 6th COVID update, and I'm solo this week. As we said last week, we're going to do a compilation of previous COVID videos since we started in February, and I went back and looked at some of those videos, and I thought, the best one is the one that's been watched the most, and that is the very first one. We have over 25,000 views on that particular video. So it's about 8 minutes long. I'm going to drop in some comments on the screen for things that have changed since then. But I thought this is a nice way of kind of bringing everybody up to speed of what it was like back in February. If you haven't tuned into this particular one, and then from that point on, we'll maybe do some updates later on. But Mark's on vacation, so I thought a great way to bring everybody up to speed with the best of. So this is our February 1st COVID video update coming at you. Thanks a lot for tuning in, and see you next week.
Hey, Scott Jordan here for the Bullen Companies, and thanks for tuning in to this special video on the coronavirus, or specifically the 2019 coronavirus. And that's kind of where some of the problems start. So what we're trying to do is clarify this information. We put out a couple bulletins so far on our Sunday sales blast that you can find on our website, but I thought it might be better to do a short video because sometimes visuals work better than just reading. So the problem we've got is the 2019 coronavirus is brand new. So the normal process for EPA labels to be approved is you submit a whole bunch of test data saying it's killed this under these conditions, these protocol. The EPA reviews it. If everything is correct, they then allow that to be added to the label. And that's how you got a standard label that has Staphylococcus aureus, Pseudomonas aeruginosus, and all the standard claims. The things that have been around, the pathogens have been around for a while, are already on the label. The problem with this 2019 coronavirus, and other things like SARS would have been another example a couple years ago, is it's a emerging pathogen that they don't have any test data, they don't have any protocol, nothing, and we can't wait for 2 or 3 months to have that officially put on the label. So EPA, thinking ahead, put together a thing called the Emerging Pathogen Guidance. And what that allows you to do is, if you've added that emerging pathogen clause to your master label that says if something kills X, it can be assumed it kills Y. Now, it has to actually kill it as well, but you can't technically make a claim that my product kills the human coronavirus versus the 2019 coronavirus unless that is allowable to be said on the label. So the statement that we've been hearing out there is anything that kills the human coronavirus kills the 2019 coronavirus. That is not necessarily true. First off, it has to actually kill the human coronavirus, as well as norovirus is another metric pathogen that they go against. But you have to have submitted for your master label approval the fact that you can actually say that. EPA is very, very critical about making sure that people don't say their product kills something when in fact it doesn't, because then the public will think, I'm using this great product, it's killing everything, you let your guard down, you don't have to worry about anything. Next thing you know, you get some infection or something because you thought your product was actually killing it when it didn't. So it has to be backed up with that statement about the emerging pathogen guidance on your label, and then it has to kill certain things to be able to then make the subsequent claim that isn't on the label. So I know that's a little confusing, but the EPA has really done a good job in trying to forward think when something comes out of the blue. If you already have a product that kills it, we can't wait 3 months or 4 months or 6 months while it gets put on the label before somebody can actually say it kills it. So I think that kind of clarifies that situation, and at the bottom of the page where this email is going to be posted, there'll be a list of the Bullen products that do kill the human coronavirus and kill the 2019 coronavirus and have the permission from EPA to state that. You can't put it on your label currently. You're not supposed to put it on a piece of literature that is really going out there and blatantly say it, but you can state it. There's a very specific wording given, and that'll be in the PDF that's going to be attached to the page where this video is. Another little bit of misinformation that's out there is spray systems. You hear a lot about this guy. Not going to give a whole lot of press to it, but you've seen this before. That's a electrostatic sprayer. Electrostatic sprayers, and this is the Bullen Airx version. We call this a spray and go, and then we have a larger one, a rolling unit. There's no batteries involved with this. The difference between this one and this one is, first off, huge cost difference. Secondly, this one takes a rechargeable battery. Third, it doesn't look, it looks kind of like a gun. I don't think that's necessarily a good thing, but there is no difference in the efficacy between this and this when applying a disinfectant product. Absolutely no difference. Doesn't matter how small the particle size is and gets in the nooks and crannies. It's still based on what the disinfectant product can do, not what the sprayer does. Our opinion is it's better to have a spray system that works and is inexpensive, so it can be in as many facilities as possible. But the most important thing is the process and what you do when you use the product. That would include proper dilution, mixing instructions if there are mixing instructions, but most importantly is dwell time. You see it everywhere where somebody just sprays the disinfectant down and then they immediately wipe it. That doesn't do any good at all. You might as well clean with anything. Disinfectant products, through that testing procedure I talked about at the very beginning, involved, it has to kill certain things, and it has to kill certain things within a certain time frame. Most disinfectant products have a dwell time, meaning you spray the product down, the surface has to remain wet for, standard would be 5, probably the bigger standard is 10 minutes. There are faster products like our spray and go product is a 2-minute dwell time, but the dwell time is critical. Depending upon, it doesn't matter what spray system you use, the more expensive electrostatic one or our program, or even a trigger sprayer for that matter. If you don't allow the chemical to have the proper dwell time, it's not going to kill anything that it's rated to kill. So most importantly is you have to follow the process and make sure your product kills the things you're concerned about, in this case the 2019 coronavirus. And then 2, follow the procedures as stated on the label, which would include the dwell time. And again, it doesn't matter what spray system. So most critical is following those processes and procedures with a product that actually can kill if you follow those processes and procedures. So a 2-minute product would be considerably faster, obviously, than a 10-minute product. Problem with a 10-minute product is you probably have to apply more than once to be able to keep that surface wet for that time period. So all those things are very important to creating a pathogen-free environment that you're working in. The last one is kind of a funny one. Hadn't heard about this until yesterday, that there apparently is some confusion possibly that corona has something to do with the coronavirus. I can tell you, this isn't going to kill it, not going to do you any good, but there's no association between Corona beer and either the human coronavirus or the 2019 coronavirus. So this is definitely fake news. So after you're done watching this video, you can crack one safely. Don't worry about it. Thanks a lot for tuning in. And again, there's more information you can download on our products, the protocol that I've talked about, and more information on the company. Thanks a lot. Stay safe.